DMC is looking to turn downtown Rochester into a retail hub. I'm KIMT News 3's Jeremy Wall with what they're planning on doing to get more businesses here.
Finding qualified nursing candidates is a huge challenge right now. I'm KIMT News 3's Alex Jurgens with how NIAC is helping in the effort, coming up.
Plus, Republicans had a strong showing on Election Day. What impact this could have on Minnesota's race for governor next year.
And temperatures turned out to be a little bit warmer across the area today, but we got an even warmer weekend in store. A full check of that is coming up.
KIMT News 3, coverage you can count on. This is KIMT News 3 at 5.
Thank you for joining us for KIMT News 3 at 5. I'm Jessica Bringy. Destination Medical Center wants to see downtown become a hub for retail, a place where visitors and Med City residents alike can come to shop. The board of directors met this morning to discuss how they're going to accomplish that goal. KIMT News 3's Jeremy Wall has the latest on their strategy to bring dollars downtown. Jeremy.
Jessica, I spoke with Chris Shad, the Director of Business Development for DMC. He tells me they are looking into ways to keep the businesses which are already here and recruit new retailers to downtown Rochester. Shad says attracting and keeping retail downtown has always been a challenge, and the pandemic made it even harder. He admits the Med City has gained some businesses, but there are still too many empty storefronts. Shad also told me there is interest from entrepreneurs to add more businesses with a focus on health and wellness, along with restaurants and bars.
We're focusing on helping the businesses that are here, as well as helping recruit new businesses to downtown Rochester. We've spent a lot of effort partnering with RDA, Rochester Downtown Alliance, to understand who's living downtown. Part of what has been happening through our efforts and others is we have more people that are living downtown, and that represents a new retail opportunity for businesses.
He also says DMC is doing their research when it comes to recruiting businesses downtown. They're looking into demographics of downtown residents, like their income and lifestyle. Live in Rochester, Jeremy Wall, KIMT News 3.
Thank you, Jeremy. The DMC is looking at ways to fund improvements for small businesses in downtown. One possible source could be through DEED's Main Street Economic Revitalization Program. Authorities in Austin are asking for your help in identifying a robbery that occurred Wednesday night. The disturbing footage shows a person in the back seat attempting to rob a taxi driver. Anyone with information is asked to call the LEC at 507-437-9400. It's time now for a weather update. Let's check in with Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. Aaron, what are you tracking?
Hey there, Jess. Well, tracking some warmer weather as we go towards your Friday, right on into the weekend. But I want to start off by talking about the northern lights. They were very active last night, and really what happened was there was a big solar flare several days ago that finally impacted the upper atmosphere of the Earth, and all those photons, the particles, those charged particles, is what actually causes the northern lights, the aurora. And it was very impressive last night across much of the northern U.S. into parts of Canada. And really what we saw was lots of greens, even some reds showing up there. This is one of the photos from the Brainerd area. You can see all that green and some of the pillars of red that flared up, just from really cool photos that were in play across the region in Minnesota, even parts of northern Iowa. The only downside is last night we had a bit of cloud cover, kind of inhibited our view, but hopefully we'll get another chance as we go through the next several weeks. Otherwise, temperature-wise, it's been a bit warmer today, upper 40s to lower 50s, and as we head into your Friday, tracking more sunshine, even warmer conditions, but tomorrow it's going to be a very windy day, and that's going to help to warm us up as we head towards the weekend. And a full look at your weekend forecast is coming up here in just a bit, Jess.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Well, nursing shortages at hospitals and care facilities continue to cripple the country. KIMT News 3's Alex Jurgens spoke to the North Iowa Area Community College President, Dr. Steve Schulz, about what the school is doing to aid in the crisis. He joins us live in Mason City. Alex.
Well, Jessica, in a recent survey from the Iowa Board of Nursing regarding workforce demand, nearly 58% of hospitals report finding qualified nurses as their biggest workforce challenge. Now, Dr. Steve Schultz takes pride in NIAC's nursing program, which is considered to be one of the best, and he's had conversations with Mercy One North Iowa President Rod Schlater and Governor Kim Reynolds on how to generate more nurses to enter the workforce. Now, the biggest challenge he's discovering is finding master degree prepared nurses who want to teach as well.
Every time we pull a nurse out of the field to teach, that creates an opening on the back end, and we've been really fortunate in partnership with Mercy. We have several shared positions, so we allow people to continue to work for Mercy, but yet meet the clinical needs of our students when they're in that space.
Now, I asked Dr. Schultz as well to see if there was any sort of so-called fast track option in order to expedite the learning process and get nurses out into the workforce sooner. He tells me that because of the structure of the program and not willing to sacrifice standards, he tells me that doesn't really exist. Live in Mason City, Alex Jurgens, KIMT News 3.
Thank you, Alex. The Bureau of Labor Statistics anticipates the registered nurse workforce to grow 7% by 2029. However, 180,000 RN openings are projected each year through 2029 due to retirements and workforce exits. Well, on election night, Republicans had a good showing in Virginia's governor's race, and in New Jersey, they nearly took the governor's mansion. The DFL and GOP are reacting to those contests. Chris Brandt, head of the Olmsted County GOP, thinks those elections could be a good omen for a Republican to win the gubernatorial race next November. Mark Lebo, the chair of District 26 DFL, says it's hard to predict what will happen next year in the state.
It's going to depend on whether Governor Walz is going to stick with the woke program or if he's going to start looking at what the working people of Minnesota want.
I think there's a lot to be said for the notion that it's difficult to interpret what happened on the East Coast in terms of what happened in Minnesota, and especially in terms of what will happen a year from now.
And if you have yet to register to vote, we do have a link for you where you can register on KIMT.com. The Minnesota Department of Health is reporting 3,718 new COVID-19 cases and more than 32 deaths. The state's total positive case count now stands at 811,654, and the death toll stands at 8,793. 8,500 of those cases are reinfections. The state's positivity rate continues to rise as it now sits at 8.2%. The MDH says 74% of Minnesotans 12 and older have gotten at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. Well, fatal crashes are nearing record numbers in the state of Minnesota. How the numbers this year compare to last. Plus, a trial is getting underway for the death of Ahmaud Arbery, what the prosecutors are accusing the defense team of in the jury selection. Later in the broadcast, a federal vaccine mandate is being implemented on January 4th. Why one critic is saying it could move the economy in a much worse direction.
KIMT News 3 at 5. Your local news with KIMT News 3's Amy Fleming. Tracking storms with Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. This is KIMT News 3. More local news that is happening right now. We are coverage you can count on.